Ooh, such a nice day today. For losers. Time for Amorous. Amorous time!
Ruff, ruff, ruff.
Hey guys, it's your Bo the Doggo, and welcome back to Amorous, where we are about to go to the first date with Dustin, what's his name? At least I hope it's a first date, because we are going to give him a call. I mean, he was kind of eager last time, so maybe this video will be age restricted because he can't keep his hands to himself. Oh well, call him. Flipping through my contacts, I saw Dustin's name pop up. I hadn't talked to him since we met at the club. Maybe I should give him a call. Okay, so I guess it's been a few days then. Ring, ring, click.
Hey there, kid. What's up?
Nothing much. I just figured I should give you a call and see if you're still interested in that date.
Sure. Honestly, I wasn't sure if you're going to call back. I did get a little handsy at the club, and it did end on an awkward note, so...
Water under the bridge. Yeah, it was a little weird. It was a little weird, but I guess we could just call it water under the bridge for now. Don't need to milk the awkwardness. Life gets in the way sometimes. I understand that pretty well myself.
Yeah, I suppose so. Still, I appreciate the slack. I thought we hit off pretty well, all things considered. You know, if you're comfortable with it, I got tickets to a movie tonight. I thought I had a date when I got them, but, well, you saw how that worked out.
Oh, is it for Captain Marvel, maybe? Because that's probably the next film I'm going to see in the cinema.
The second one is yours, if you're free around 7 p.m.
Sure, maybe another time. Nah. Sure, sounds good. Meet you there before 7 then?
It's a date. See you then.
Well, I guess I'd better get ready to be seen in public then. Get a shower, boy. Once I got my usual day stuff out of the way and dug out an outfit, I'd noticed it was already getting late. Fortunately, the movie theater wasn't that far away and the night was warm. One of the other advantages of living in a tropical paradise. Brag on you! Brag on! Sure, we got sun here, but it's like 10 degrees Celsius here, so it's so cold. Oh yeah, we were here with Jax and watched the horror movie, so maybe we should watch something else this time. It was nearly 7 p.m. by the time I made it to the lobby. A few people were milling about, but none of them looked like Dustin. Maybe he was running late as well. I lingered around the posters, checking out the currently showing movies and pursuing the concession when I suddenly felt a tap on my shoulder. Who could it be? It was Dustin.
Hey there, Bo. Sorry I was a little slow. The cleanup is always a pain.
What were you cleaning? That's alright. I just got here a little while ago and you're the one with the tickets. Speaking of which, what movie are we seeing? The smile on his face grew as he produced a ticket from his jeans pocket and handed me one.
It's the Amazonian Queen. Since the big budget stuff is usually so expensive, they do a few classic movie nights a week. The tickets are a little cheaper and the movies are much better than the big screen.
You're a movie buff? That was exactly what I was going to ask. I'm gonna ask that. So is it going to be black and white? Nah. Are you a movie buff? You're a movie buff? I didn't know that.
Big time. Never miss a classic movie on the big screen. They might be from a different era, but they're still a blast to watch. Saw that old slasher film last time, and maybe it was chocolate syrup going down the drain, but it looked enough like blood to me.
It's always nice to seeing a film where they use like real special effects and not visual effects. Comes from someone who worked with visual effects. I guess I learned something about him already. His eyes lit up like a child at Christmas. This wasn't just a dinner and a movie date. This was something special that Dustin wanted to share. This will be the first time I see this movie, so don't spoil it for me. And also, please don't spoil Captain Marvel for me. I really want to see if the cat is an alien or not.
Deal. You wanna grab something before the movie? I know I come here for the popcorn too.
The two of us walked to the counter and pursued the options. Oh, I'm a sweet tooth. Do they have candy? Oh, it's you! Hello, guy. Hello, Cryptic. Did you have a name last time when we were here with the Jax? Did he have a name then? Maybe he did. What can I get for you?
Give us just a second to decide.
Dustin turned around and smiled.
Well, you have. It's my treat, so don't worry about the cost.
Aww. Are you rich? Large single popcorn, large combo. Ask Dustin to choose. I'm gonna ask Dustin to choose this one. He's the guy with the money, he chooses. Why don't you pick something, Dustin? I'm always pretty indecisive. Yeah, I am. I am really Kazana for like minutes, like, what do I choose? What do I choose? What did other people take? I'll take the same.
Like when someone else makes the choices for you, huh?
Yes, I do actually, yeah. Dustin strode up to the counter for my benefit. Maybe there was a small desire to see that forceful, confident lion from last night guiding my decision, but I wasn't about to admit to that.
I'll have a giant popcorn and a box of sweets for my friend here.
Oh God, marry me already. Giant popcorn and a box of candy. Gotcha, I'll be just a moment. Dustin paid the clerk before he turned his back to the both of us. So I did the right choice because I couldn't choose candy, but Dustin could. So that's how I got my sweets. Oh yeah, score! While the clerk was busy filling up the bucket of popcorn, I felt the paw graze over so lightly along the small of my back. Dustin grinned broadly and leaned in just enough for me to feel his breath under my cheek.
Guess we didn't have enough time at the club for you to let me honor that sort of thing. I like it, kid.
My cheeks were on fire as Dustin's paw slipped down to my cup, my backside, and gave me a firm squeeze. Fortunately, or not, I suppose, the clerk turned back to the popcorn and Dustin's hand slid stealthily away from my rump. My rump-a-bump. Here we go. Should be plenty of snack on for the two of you.
Thanks.
No problem. Enjoy the movie. Dustin grinned at me, taking a moment to run a claw along the nape of my neck before grabbing the snacks and motioning to the theater. Ooh, movie time. The two of us made our way through the small crowd into the theater. Dustin had already chosen the seats with the best view and led me through the crowds. Aside from the rowdy teenagers a row or so ahead of us, it was nice. The darkened room was cozy, and knowing Dustin was right next to me was comforting. Yay, movie time! The house lights rose slightly, casting a soft glow about the crowd. Above us, a familiar voice came over the PA. Oh, it's that guy again. Thank you all for coming to this evening show of the 50s classic movie, The Amazonian Queen. Is this a reference to Wonder Woman? Even in the dim light, I could see Dustin's face plastered with a grin. His hand brushed over mine for a moment, giving it a gentle squeeze as he beamed an excited smile in my direction. Accompanying the movie will be our house organist, to better preserve the same experience as the movie's release. Because of this, we ask you to turn off all cell phones and other electronic devices. For your safety, be aware of the exits on either side of the screen in case of an emergency. Now relax and enjoy one of the early cinema classic, The Amazonian Queen. A flurry of clapping rose from the audience as the house lights dimmed once more. As the film started up on the screen, the dull glow of a phone and some scattered snickering drew my attention to the row in front of us. Of course, one of the organ began to echo through the theater, and my eyes snapped on the flickering screen ahead. The movie opened with a man sitting on a dock by a river, a small riverboat bobbing in the water nearby. The shadow of a figure passed over him, and a woman in a far more elegant dress stands behind him. Dustin leaned in to whisper in my ear.
That's Daisy Smith. She's a missionary in South America, and she was separated from the rest of the group when they discovered the plans to attack a major military base held by the good guys.
No spoilers! Cuddle him and listen. I'm gonna let him talk because I actually enjoy when people like tell me trivia stuff and like that. It's like watching Tarantino movies with Bibi. She tells me a lot of weird stuff about the trivia and behind the scenes and stuff that I probably never would have known if she didn't tell me, so I enjoy that kind of stuff. Despite him pretty much explaining what was on screen already, it's kind of fun to hear him tell me about it, and that gives me an excuse to get closer to him. Once the woman has secured passage on the boat, and the man is unaware that she carries important information about the Allied forces, the two of them find out that they are extremely incompatible.
Now he's specifically in the jungle to try to stay out of the conflict. He lost his father to the previous war and hid away in the Amazon to avoid the draft, so he doesn't want any part of what she is doing.
As the journey goes on, the two of them begin to rub each other the wrong way more frequently. He's snapping at her, and she is hiding away in the cramped cabin, trying desperately to keep her courage up. The snickering from the teenagers in front of us spiked as the sight of the woman falling face first into the dirty cot she's been given to sleep on. Dustin's eyes narrowed at the distraction. Yell at them, just ignore them. Huh, I think I'm gonna yell at them because this is something Dustin really likes and he enjoys this movie and this is special to him. So he shouldn't be the one to tell them to shut up, but it should be my responsibility to stand up for Dustin because, yeah, this is something he likes because he's standing up for me. Yell at them. Hey, you kids, shut up, we're watching a movie here. One of them looked back at me, sneering for a moment before turning back to his friends. They did quiet down though. As time passes, the two of them begin to enter part of the jungle that is under control of the bad guys. Avoiding gunfire, shells and attempts to board the small boat, the man loses the woman when she is captured by the enemy forces. Oh no!
This is the part where he realized that staying neutral was just letting the other side win. Losing Daisy was like losing his father all over again, and he realized that he has to do something.
Alone on the boat, the man is just about to leave the checkpoint when we see him ball a fist and sock the guard right up the face. He heads deeper into the jungle to the bad guy's bunker and waits for the pouring rain for a chance to slip inside. It's at that point that the teens burst into laughter. Met with a few shushes from other theater goers nearby, they simply mock them back and keep laughing. Reprimand them or try to ignore them. I guess reprimand, I don't know. I really literally don't know what I mean. But I guess we're doing this. You kids, either shut up or I will throw you out myself. That doesn't sound like my character at all. But yeah, let's do it. Like, fucking fight them. Urgh. Two of them turn back, glowering at me for a moment before they see Dustin's expression. At the sight of the perturbed lion, they sink back into the seat and grow quiet. Setting the bunker's ammo piles on fire provides enough of distraction for the two of them to escape. As they rush back to the boat, she notices the blood on the side of his shirt and looks up to see his pained face.
Saving her gave him some small closure for not being able to save his father, and she sees that the rough and tumble man really has a heart of gold.
Is this being like a metaphor for Dustin or something? Back on the boat, she tends to his wounds. It's touch and go for a while as she learns to run the ship while keeping him in bed. Necessity keeps them civil, but as time passes, they find it easier and easier. With only moments left to reach the command base before the attack, the two of them do everything they can to lighten the load and speed up the ship. We watch as she throws her luggage overboard, leaving the tattered dress she wears her only possession.
I love this part. Her sacrifice only further confirms his feeling towards her. He couldn't be bothered to get involved when the world was on fire around him, but her determination was enough to draw him out of that shell and drive him to action.
They finally reach the command post, rushing in past the guard to relay the information in the nick of time. The commander sends out his men to arrest the traitors and guard the perimeters. In the meantime, the two of them collapse in the medical tent, their hands falling into each other before they sleep. The teenagers are at it again, making kissing noises and laughing uproariously. Justice, just ignore. Oh my god. Intervene. Well, we should just keep on intervening. I mean, we've done it 2 times now, so why not the 3rd time? Leaning over the seat in front of them, I smack one of the kids upside her head. Startled, he jumps up, turning back with a balled fist to see half the theater, me and Dustin included, giving them all the death stare. After a moment of hushed whispers, the teenagers shuffled defeated and grumpy out of the theater. The guy behind me passed me on the shoulder as Dustin beams at me. Yay, I did the right thing, yay! With the conflict won in the region, the woman begs the man not to return to the river. He is hesitant, but a kiss on the cheek from the woman draws him close. The two of them embrace, and with the final passion kiss, the movie comes to a close. Yay! The end. Applause rolled through the theater, many people standing up in the seats. Dustin and I worked our way through the crowds and back out into the lobby. The lobby is busting as people chat about the movie, plans for afterward, and just stretch after being in the theater sitting for so long.
So, what do you think of the movie?
I loved it. It was good. Not my thing, sorry. No, I loved it. Sounds like a good movie. So, I loved it. All for getting you to like me, Dustin. It was amazing. I mean, I can see what you mean about crafting and cliches, but I mean, you could tell it was authentic by where it was coming from.
I know, I mean, it's a cliche now, but back then, they were really playing with the medium. It was all new and amazing back then.
I thought I didn't want you to spoil it for me, but that dialogue really added some more depth to the movie for me. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier.
Thanks for indulging me. I love talking about movies, and that one in particular. There's just so many more layers to it than you think possible. And can I say, nice job dealing with the teens. Watching them sulk out of there was priceless.
Those twerps needed to shut up, movie or not. People came here to relax and be entertained, not to deal with someone else's kids. What now? Guess I should head home. No, what now? What's going on now? You decide, Dustin. Oh, you're the alpha male here. Standing there in silence for a moment, I finally piped up. I had a great time, Dustin. Did you want to grab some proper food or maybe take a walk?
I think we should probably head back to my place. We could have a couple of drinks and maybe get to know each other better in the more intimate setting.
Dustin, no! This video cannot be age restricted! I could feel a smile ticking on the edge of my mouth as I strode up closer to him. Sounds like a great idea. Lead the way. The night was peaceful and warm, the best kind when you're walking through the dimly lit streets. We chatted for a bit about other things, his job, my lack of one, small talk mostly, but it was nice to get to know him a little better.
That's why you need to strain the milk just for a little bit. Otherwise, you got a big clotted clump of butter and a pissed off yuppie.
Oh, so he works in the cafe. He told me that in the first episode that he could check out if there was any jobs at the cafe. Why do I forget that word? Cafe. It wasn't that hard. It's the same as Swedish. So I guess it's a barista. That's cool. Because I realized that I never asked him the last time. I had more options to ask him, but I never did. Gosh, did that ever happen to you?
How do you think I know what happens?
The lobby of the apartment building was completely empty, and Dustin pointed towards the elevators to the far wall. After we both got in, the conversation picked back up. I know it sounds good to be home all day, but with my social butterfly brother and my lack of desire to go back to my childhood chore list, I've been bored out of my skull. You should pick up video games. They're good for you.
I'll bet. You grew up for a reason after all. Last thing you want to do is relive your childhood. And well, the mediocre parts of it anyway.
The elevator dinged, and we walked a few steps out into the hall before he motioned towards the door.
And here's my place. Come on in.
Oh, the music changed. Gosh. Dum, dum, dum. It feels like I have been here before. It was one of those simple upper floor plans. Spacious with big windows to look out over the city. I could see the sparkling lights of the streets and the other buildings against the night sky. You could still tell that it was a swinging bachelor pad, which is leather couch and a lack of dining room table, but it was certainly comfortable. That is, except for the familiar parrot seated in one of the chairs. Uh-oh! Dun, dun.
Guess it didn't take long for you to find someone else, huh?
You're one to talk, Var. Particularly when you send me a picture of you getting railed by 3 other guys. And what the hell are you doing breaking into my apartment?
First, I did not break in. I had a key. Second, it's my father's watch I lent you. I need it back.
Lent me? You gave it to me on our first anniversary. I didn't say anything about belonging to your dad. What the fuck, Var?
What a douche! Jesus Christ.
I still need it back. He's been looking for it and he had my hide if you think I lost it. It's not like you ever wore it anyway.
Just wait right here, Var. I'll get your damn watch. And I boxed up all your stuff already. You can take it all and leave my key and get out.
Fine. No diddling of my ass. Then you can get back to diddling your little fucktoy here, I suppose.
Rude, but true. Dustin stepped back into the bedroom, his eyes narrowed and his nostrils flaring. This guy knew all too well how to get under his fur. Oh, are we gonna have one-on-one conversation? Yep.
So, you're the latest conquest, huh? I saw you talking to him at the club.
Ignore him, engage him. I mean, it's hard to ignore him if he's standing right in front of you, so... engage him, I guess. Really? So, on top of cheating, sleeping around, and making a public nonsense of yourself, I can add spying on the list?
Got a mouth on you too. Probably why he's going out with you. He likes people to badmouth me when we're on a break.
Oh, you've done this before then, I guess? Wait, what? What's that supposed to mean? He laughed hurriedly and made a dismissive wave in my direction.
You really think this is the first time we thought? Last time I got to throw a vase around, smashing and threw things up. He's a hot-blooded guy. He needs excitement and nothing gets the blood pumping like a fight.
Jesus. You're kidding me. You provoke him just to get him mad?
Well, sometimes I do it just to spice things up when they're getting too routine. The makeup sex though is amazing. For 2 weeks after our last breakup, we fucked 3 times every day.
Jesus, this guy has a real problem. You're full of it. Being an emotionally manipulative asshole for sex doesn't work.
Oh? Did you have some experience with that? Maybe you should let Dustin know so he can get you out of the way faster. Doesn't matter though, we always make up and we always get back together.
Someone is full of themselves. Well, looks pretty final to me right now.
That just shows what you know. Don't worry, he'll dump you by the curb when I come back and apologize. He'll give me the house key back again, we'll ruin the sheets, and you can go back to your desperate little life, alone.
My hand had curled into a fist when Dustin walked back into the room.
Alright, Var. Here's your shit and that watch. Now, there's the door. See yourself out and leave the key.
With one last smirk in my direction, the pirate set his key dramatically on the coffee table and grabbed his box.
Have fun, you two. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Dustin slammed the door behind his ex and slumped against it.
Sorry about that. That guy is a force of nature. Can't believe we stayed together for so long.
Running into Dustin's ex, even if it was the first official time, had been far from pleasant experience. From Dustin's sagging shoulders and distant look, I could tell it was rough on him too.
I didn't mean for this to happen a second time, but maybe we should end it right here. Arguing with Var about his bullshit was always a major mood killer, even when we were dating.
Oh, come on. So this is going to be a problem? No, I'll understand. We need to trust Dustin that he can work this out. And not be like, oh, is that guy gonna be a problem? Are you gonna dump him for me? Because that's what he said. Oh, no. Yeah, I get it. It's complicated when you've been with someone for so long. Even if they do turn out to be a jerk. Seen it happen to my brother, and had it happened to me before.
Thanks, Bo. I don't like it any better than you, bud. Just talking about it is exhausting.
Yeah, I can go. Dustin walked from the living room to the doorway where I was, gathering me up in his arm and pressing his lips to mine in a tender kiss. Aww.
I hope you believe me when I say this is the last thing I wanted to happen. I had a great time tonight and I want to see you again.
I want to see you too, so let's just end on this and we'll save it up for the next time.
I'm just glad you said there's going to be a next time.
Aw, of course. I'm not a single date kind of guy. I'm a 3-date kind of guy. Or, how is it? A 1 getting a phone number, 2 days and a fuck kind of guy. We kissed once more in the embrace and reluctantly he released me. Somehow, the goodbyes were still awkward and I found myself more than a little empty-handed when I closed the door behind me. Oh, maybe it's just dating jitters, or maybe Var's little chat with me had more of an impact than I'd like to admit. Either way, Baroness is supporting through this. He'll deal with Var on his own term and come out better for it. In the meantime, I had to consider what I was going to do with the rest of my evening. Oh, okay. No one was home when I got there, and Koma was likely still out partying up, which meant I was free to do what I wanted. Okay. So I'm free to call whoever I want then? Oh, okay. I guess we'll call Dustin again. But yeah, I'm probably gonna record the next episode right now, so but you will see it in probably a week after this one. Haha, because that's how I upload stuff. Whoa. But anyway, if you wanna see the next episode, be sure to subscribe. And if you like this video, just give it a like and make me and the YouTube algorithm happy. But otherwise I think that's it, so we'll continue to date Dustin in the next episode. But until then guys, take care and I'll see you in the next video. house lights rose slice. The house lights rose. The house lights rose slice.